And there goes the clock. I do believe we're live, and we're 2 minutes early. Wow.
Yeah. Somehow.
The show that's always late, sometimes by months, is actually 2 minutes early this time. So 1 minute. 1 minute and a handful of seconds. So there we go. And yes, this is Torturefest episode 2. It's a little bit different than our normal show. Normally we review good movies that we love. This time we review terrible movies to torture a non. And also torture us as well, because we
both have to watch them too.
I mean, whose idea was this?
Yours.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't pass the book on that one.
No.
Why did you stop me?
You know what? You made me sit through Neil Breen, so I may as well. At this point, the bar can't go lower.
Yes, it can. I think we did.
No, it's not.
Yeah, Neil Breen's better than the two movies we're reviewing today.
No,
Yeah.
No, definitely not. I'm gonna have to hard disagree with that.
So, normally we say, there's spoilers, so be careful if you haven't seen the movies. But really, these movies are so bad, you really don't want to care.
There's no plot.
Yeah, they're so shit that
you don't want to watch them anyways.
Yeah, you don't want to watch them, and you probably don't want to hear us talk about it. Except it's probably going to be funny because we'll be talking about how terrible it was for us. So you might get some amusement from that.
Yeah.
So I'm supposed to declare a winner, since it's going to become very obvious once we start talking about them.
Do you want to do that right now or after?
Oh, yeah, I did it at the beginning of the last one too.
Yeah.
So Bane won, but a narrow victory.
Yeah.
It was close this time.
It was pretty terrible, wasn't it?
He liked Bane's pick a little bit more than you liked mine, or vice versa?
No, he wins. His is worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was close.
Well, my pick was probably one of the most underrated movies from the Marvel Cinematic Universe that I think has been made.
I didn't know Spider-Man was a villain.
And he had such big eyebrows too.
Yeah, no, the eyebrows were the best.
Well,
poking through the mask.
Yeah,
the bigger to act with, my dear. Yeah, I've wanted to see a movie based on that particular comic book story arc for a long time.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was worth the wait, I think.
Are we going to talk about that one first, then? Shall we?
I guess.
Oh, okay. You had a plan, didn't you?
No, not really.
Because this movie would go 2 minutes of a scene and then cut to another one and then 2 minutes of that one and then cut to another one, then 2 minutes of another one. They never completed a fucking thought. Who edited this thing?
Yeah, that's a good.
Well, yeah.
Of course, our second movie was the Don Bluth movie that influenced.
No.
Yes, that influenced James Cameron.
Nuh-uh. Disney.
Yes.
That was all Disney ripoffs. That.
No, it's Don Bluth, and he influenced James Cameron.
I'm going to come over there and hit you. Don Bluth is a genius. The Russians are responsible for this monstrosity. No.
I was wrong myself. I was mistaken. It's Italian.
Okay, well, fuck the wops then. Whatever.
Yeah, Italian Spanish. And I guess the version we're reviewing is the second American edit.
I guess so, yeah.
Okay. Whatever one I linked to you is the one we watched, so...
Yeah, I was careful.
Oh, did you link it to me? I just found it on YouTube. Both of these movies are available on YouTube, by the way. Yeah. I assume they're out of copyright.
I put them in the description, the whole movies. So
yeah, they are. Yeah. They are actually public domain at this point.
If you're looking for a bad time, the description's for you this time.
So where should we start with the bad animation or with the bad superhero?
I don't know. I don't care.
It's probably not going to be a long show either way. So
No,
probably not.
Because I don't care either way. It doesn't bother me.
actually, I'm curious. I told Master Anon that if it was up to you, he would have won because I'm guessing you hated his way more than the one you picked.
You might be right, but it would have been a narrow victory.
Yeah, I figured because you already aren't like hugely into animated movies, anyways.
I am, but more adult orientated.
Yeah,
not ones with talking mice and cats. I tend not to like those ones.
Into party time.
I prefer.
That's never gonna leave my head ever.
I prefer, something more serious, like a heavy metal movie, for example.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, they were both painful. It was a narrow victory. Narrow.
Well, let's start with the animated one because we seem to be
okay.
navigating towards that.
Okay, so before we start, can we just bow our heads for 10 seconds for the Titanic prayer? Thank you. Now we may begin.
Well, no, actually, we won't because Siri has something to say. She's been practicing. She's been practicing jokes all week. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. She's a little bit camera shy. Not that she's on camera. Mic shy. Hey Siri. How strange. Hey Siri. Hey Siri.
Bitch.
There she is.
You need to talk to her right.
Hey Siri. Can you tell us a joke?
I went into a pet shop and asked for 12 bees. They handed me 13 and said, the last one is a freebie.
The jokes are as bad as yours.
No, they're worse. They're actually the worst jokes I've ever heard. Another one? Should we go another one? Should we dare? Hey Siri. Can you tell us a joke? Hey Siri. Can you tell us a joke? She didn't say it. She's written it on the screen. She's got what's big and red and wiggles in the sky.
That's terrifying.
A jellycopter.
Mm-hmm.
Now I understand why she didn't read it out because that's so fucking embarrassing. Fucking hell, Siri.
God, we need to just give her a microphone and make her the fourth guest. The fourth co-host.
We might have to do a couple of more jokes with Siri later on because they're incredibly bad. They're the worst jokes I've ever heard. And considering this is a torture fest, I think that's probably.
I want to know if it's party time.
Oh, do you?
I do.
Well, I mean, that is the best rap song ever. So
that caught me way off guard, man.
Oh, the rapping dog.
I was not fucking expecting that.
Apparently, that wasn't in the original Italian-Spanish production. That was added by the American edit.
What the fuck, America? What's wrong with you?
I can kind of tell because the animation is so different.
Yeah. And apparently they re-edited the sequence of events too and changed the whole story.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. That's what I discovered in my 3 minutes of research. So
the most entertaining thing about this movie is trying to figure out which Disney characters they ripped off. Disney and Warner Brothers for the most part.
And even like RCA Interactive and Universal and stuff. Like, wow.
Yeah, we had like Speedy Gonzales, lots of the dogs from Lady and the Tramp.
Universal movie called, I'm sure everybody knows it, called American Tail and Five.
Yeah. What else do we have? The Great Mouse Detective.
Even Alice from Alice in Wonderland's dress was in it. It's
Cruella de Vil.
strange. Yeah.
For some fucking reason, like Cruella de Vil and the Crooks. They weren't even trying to hide the ripoffs.
Rip-off? What are you talking about?
Do you just have like the soundtrack queued up for this?
I might.
He went out and bought the soundtrack. So
I told him he wasn't allowed to buy Neil Breen's movies.
But he'll sign them.
No, I don't care. You're not allowed to give that insane elderly man money.
Now, we're not talking about Neil Breen today. We're talking about Don Bluth. So
I'm gonna hit you.
Just because I'll send him a personal email asking him to sign them to my biggest fan, Biggie and Ons, that doesn't mean that
I would be. We could have bought a perfectly good bar of chocolate for the money you'd waste on one of his movies.
we could, but
Yeah.
it won't be keto friendly.
yeah.
Unsweetened chocolate, carb-free chocolate, diabetic chocolate.
Well, at the very least, Neil Breen is keto friendly. So
No, he's not.
it's my new diet.
He's a walking, talking glutinous carb.
That's probably not the first time he's been described that way.
Actually, yeah, he is a carb because he's useless and technically nobody needs him to survive.
Anyway, back to the animated movie.
No!
Yeah, a 2000 Spanish-Italian train wreck of a baffling movie.
This version of Titanic had them rescuing talking animals over people. Legit, they wasted 2 spots.
No, not over people.
They wasted 2 spots on a lifeboat over other people.
No, not over people, over men, because the women and children went first. Then the pets.
They didn't though, because
then the pets.
The boats were way more inclusive in this one than they were in the original Titanic.
There were a couple of men, but they clearly said women and children at the start.
Yeah, but that shit didn't last.
and then pets.
Then they let the crying Dalmatians on, and
yeah, and then finally they let a couple of men on.
That you get to see right at the beginning because they edited it that way for some fucking reason. It opens with the end of the movie,
which apparently the original doesn't.
It wouldn't have helped. The crying Dalmatians were fucking hilarious. Why?
I gotta say, this movie was great at not reusing the same cells over and over again. Which
never did that.
No.
Yeah, I think
all
Disney,
original.
even circa 1935, can learn something from this wonderful movie.
Right at the beginning, when the detective first gets on the fucking boat, he picks up his suitcase, but a copy of it remains on the floor.
Yeah. So they animated him picking up the suitcase, but the suitcase stays behind. So the suitcase basically grows itself like some Lovecraftian monstrosity.
I made him pause and rewind it so that I could watch it again because I could not believe my fucking eyes.
It'd be interesting to do an edit of this movie where the rule was that you could only use one scene once. So it'd
only be 20 minutes long.
Oh, not even that. I think it might be 10.
Yeah, it would be an incredibly short, even coherent movie at that. Just a coherent short film with party time in it. We're going to use the American in it for this.
I will give you that the one original song in it that was not the rapping dog wasn't horrible.
Okay.
It's like its only redeeming quality. Because when it first
rapping dogs are always bad. Always.
I was expecting when she started singing, I was expecting it to be like as bad as the rest of the movie, and it wasn't. So it was a pleasant surprise.
Not good bad, like Recorder, My Heart Will.
I'm talking like Rebecca Black bad.
Oh wow.
You can tell she's trying really hard, but she just doesn't sound good. But no, she can sing.
Yeah.
So it's okay. She has huge tits too, so.
There you go.
Yep. I gotta say the one thing I liked about this movie was the redhead. Pretty hot.
Oh yeah.
A little bit two dimensional, but I don't mind.
Yeah. She had a couple of great assets.
Yeah.
Me, or is every human character in this movie animated with completely dead eyes.
They look like mannequins. They never blink.
Especially the main girl's eyes. They just look dead.
Yeah. Yeah, they never blink. He is mortifying. He literally looks like a living mannequin. Especially because they gave him like such pale eyes. So there's no life there. He's a mannequin. This is Silent Hill if it was less terrifying.
Ah, there you go.
They're less murderous Silent Hill monsters.
So you're talking about what's his face? William, the love interest.
Yeah. What's her name again? I don't remember shit.
Angelica, I think.
Okay. Angelic. Oh yeah, very clever. Good writing.
Well, great writing all the way through. I thought, definitely not a rip off of anything. Definitely not a cash in.
If anybody's actually hoping for a synopsis, it essentially is the Titanic romance story over again.
With talking mice.
Yeah, there's talking animals.
Which kind of makes it sound better because it sounds like someone's taken an acid trip while watching it. But
if I was on acid, I might have enjoyed myself more.
Yeah, it's not better. It's worse.
No. Oh my god. It has a fucking let's see what everybody's doing now after the fucking everybody dies. Like what? Why?
Go with the strange Hungarian mouse. That is.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't.
Whose best line in the movie is this little boy mouse who is definitely a ripoff, or definitely not a ripoff of Fievel from if it wasn't for you, I would have almost been in someone else's digestion. That is an actual line from the American English edit of this movie.
I often feel that way.
You don't want to be in somebody else's digestion.
No, I try not to be.
No, and then you thank the ones that have saved you from such a fate, I assume.
Yeah.
Last week I ended up in someone else's digestion. It was terrible. It took like 16 hours to get out.
And it was pretty shitty in the end.
Yeah. It wasn't pleasant. It was a tight squeeze.
That's as good as the jokes are going to get, folks.
I'm setting the bar 2 inches off the ground here. Come on.
You know what? We could just wipe that one from the record. And
there was no wiping involved.
Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Tell us a joke. She goes, I'm not sure I understand. Okay. Hey Siri. Tell me a joke.
What did the Buddhist monk say to the hot dog vendor? Make me one with everything.
Okay.
If that had been the other way around, I might have laughed.
What did the hot dog say to the everything?
No.
What?
No, if the Buddhist had been the hot dog vendor, then it might have been funny.
Are there many Buddhist hot dog vendors?
No, but I mean,
they'd have to be veggie hot dogs, wouldn't they?
I don't know. Are they have to be vegetarian?
I'm sure most of them are.
Yeah, but do they have to be?
Yeah, the proper monks, not Westerners pretending to be Buddhists because it's fashionable. But
I'm curious. I'm asking Google.
They
usually eat meat.
Do they?
Yep.
Fascinating. So we've learnt something this episode. That's amazing.
Yeah. This is hashtag the learning channel.
Yeah.
Just give me a minute. I'll channel my inner Honey Boo Boo for you.
You what?
I'll channel my inner Honey Boo Boo. You don't know what that is?
No.
Oh my god, it was a TV show on the fucking Learning Channel, because the Learning Channel needs a reality TV show.
Oh, wasn't it a little girl or something? Was it a little girl? Oh yeah, I'd wiped that memory from my memory. Thanks for bringing it back.
The memes are worth it. She's skinny now, the mom. It's fucking weird as shit because she still has a fat woman's face, but she's skinny all over. Did Siri just think I was talking to her?
Hey?
Did Siri just go off because I thought I heard her?
No, Siri can't hear you.
No?
I've got headphones on.
Oh, thank you for not calling them earphones.
So anyway, I'm trying to think of something to say about this movie, but really
there's not a lot, is there?
No.
There's a rapping dog which comes out of fucking left field, and it shocked the hell out of me.
It is shocking. It comes about 11 minutes in.
It's so jarring.
Do you mind if I play like just the first 10?
Go for it.
I mean, it's just...
We won't get copyright struck. Go for it.
It is public domain, so it's completely safe.
If it hadn't been for you, I would
There
be
you
now in someone else's digestion.
Well, from now on, try not to strike out on your own without checking with me first. Because, you see, I'm responsible for how the animals behave on this land.
Tell me, do you know? Do you really know? Do you know? Yes or no? Is it yes or is it no? Do you know who I really am? I'm the boss, and I command. I direct the things.
I am pain.
There's more. Hold on.
Oh, I didn't want to relive this again.
Oh, you can, though.
I thought we were going to pretend it never happened after watching it.
No.
Why not? You do realize I'm going to have this stuck in my head frequently, right?
Yep.
For no reason. Can we not now?
No, yeah. So just imagine that, and that goes on for a few minutes.
It's still better than DD Ramone rapping. That's all I gotta say.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
From the Ramones, he went off and made a rap song.
Oh,
It's terrible.
nothing is as bad as that.
Oh, trust me, DD Ramone is worse.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've said it to you in the past. You might not have watched it though, which might have been a smart move. So,
well, let's just say that he makes like Vanilla Ice look like what people think Tupac was. So yeah.
Yeah, but is he Fred Durst?
Poppycock?
Yeah, that's right.
I need more liquor for this.
Oh, Poppycock.
Oh, Poppycock.
What the fuck is going on? Good lord. Who let the British in here? Fuck.
Okay, so I mean, I guess the movie does kind of retell the events that we saw in like the movie, and I think it tries to be historically accurate for about 2 minutes.
Yes, the talking mice are very, very historically accurate.
I think 2 minutes out of the movie or even try to be historically accurate in any way, shape, or form. And then...
Are you talking about the first 2 minutes, which are actually the end of the fucking movie?
Well, yeah. Yeah.
I highly doubt they allowed crying Dalmatians on the fucking lifeboats while people were drowning.
Well, it tried. It tried for a 2 minutes total of the entire runtime.
Also, I like how he like rescued that kid and survived being in the water, and then they went and rescued him and did not immediately get swamped by other survivors.
No, they just kind of swam there.
Did the kid live or not? I can't fucking remember.
Which kid?
The kid he rescues.
Yeah, they saved him. Then he died of polio the next year. So.
Yeah. Damn. 1912 was a rough year.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, I mean, is there really anything to say about this movie apart from its shit?
I thought that William and Angelica were related because they were sort of alluding to the fact that that old woman was her mother, and I thought that he was her son, obviously.
Yeah, and it's just one of those little. It turns out that he's her adoptive son.
So he's her stepbrother. She's totes fucking her stepbrother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, we had to give you away for some reason, which we're not going to tell you. And we felt so bad about it. We adopted a boy. I mean, that would make me feel great, you know.
Because they're like the same age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what?
Oh, we gave her away. You know, probably shouldn't have done that.
3 months later, we decided maybe we should get a boy.
Yeah, we'll try a boy this time. See what that's like. I mean, they could always give him away if they didn't like him, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
Adopt another girl and give that a shot.
I'm so like, how do you not go back for your kid that you abandoned instead of adopting a new one? I'm so confused.
Maybe it was party time. I don't know.
We need to go on
It's just baffling to me. I mean, all of these scared, like lonely, like immigrants get on this giant boat. These immigrant animals, they get on this boat, and 20 seconds later, there's a dog rapping at them saying it's party time. Not to worry, because it's party time. It's baffling. This entire movie is completely baffling. It's probably, well, okay, at least one of the worst animated movies I've ever seen. It's so baffling. Yes, they're.
Well, it got voted numerous times as the worst animated movie ever made. So.
Well, I guess it's a subjective thing, but yeah, it's absolutely terrible and baffling, and it's hard to explain. But it is public domain. It's free for anybody to watch. All you have to do,
you're brave. If
you're brave and you have immense patience, or a few beers at least, you'll be fine, and at least come out relatively unscarred on the other end.
No. Don't lie to them. Do you know that rapping fucking dog? You're gonna get that shit stuck in your head randomly after you watch this forever.
I could, unironically crank it up and turn it on in the car on the way to work.
No, you can't. I have control of the radio.
Yeah.
I'm going to play It's Friday on repeat one day driving to work now because of you.
I'm going to make a remix of that. It's party time. Got to get down on party time.
The 6-hour loop.
Yeah.
You can upload to YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. I'm leaving.
All right, Bane, it's party time.
Fuck you.
Oh, party time. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say about this movie apart from its shit.
It is absolutely terrible. There is no redeeming quality to it at all. The animation is...
I need more liquor.
It's absolutely awful. They reuse... Bane's not wrong at all. I think you would be left with a 10 to 20 minute movie if they were to recut it without reusing any cell more than once.
Yeah, they just repeat them over and over and over again, don't they?
Yeah, even in the first, in the opening scene, which is the end of the story, it's about 3.5 or 4 minutes long. Just while they're paddling away in their lifeboat from the ship, and I'd be willing to bet there's only 40 seconds of original animation in that. The rest is just reused over and over again.
And then they reuse it again at the end.
They do.
Because why not?
Yeah, why not? I mean, there's always that quick cash in. This was made just 3 short years after Titanic, James Cameron's Titanic, which this movie somehow inspired.
Well, you got talking mice, so why not time travel?
Yeah.
Right.
Pretty much. So I actually didn't really know. I didn't really do any research on it at all because I just remember seeing it years and years ago on YouTube. I actually didn't even know that there was the original cut readily available.
Well, I did like 3 minutes research on Wikipedia.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I'm just looking at the wiki right now, and it's like, okay, I could have just read this and sponged all of this in a couple of minutes, but I guess I didn't really think it was that important.
And you want to forget about it as soon as possible, no doubt.
It's not even so bad. It's funny.
No, it really is just bad. It's absolute shit. So, did this movie make you want to kill yourself like the last ones did?
Oh yeah,
one of the last ones did.
There's a reason you won. Grindhouse Nightmares I still love. It's hilarious. So
is this better than Robo Vampire?
See, that's hard because Robo Vampire is really long. This was at least like an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think it went for 54 minutes of movie and then something like 12 minutes titles. If I remember correctly from Wiki.
It was pretty ridiculous.
Would I want to sit through 2 hours of Robo Vampire, an hour of this? That's the question. Probably an hour of this.
I think Robo Vampire had more interesting things in it, but like you said, it was a lot longer. So
I might be able to distract myself watching this again by heckling it the whole time. So you can only mock hopping vampires so much before it's not funny anymore.
Yeah, after the first 20 minutes, it kind of loses something, doesn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. And then how many times can they kill that fucking robot man and put him back together?
Well, I mean, at least 5, as you saw. So
yeah,
maybe they could have done more.
It loses. This didn't it overstayed its welcome by existing, but at least it was only an hour long.
Yeah, a little over an hour. Yeah.
Yeah, it's less of a slog. Actually, maybe that's why I hated Bane's more, because it was longer.
Was it? I think it only runs an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, so it's a little longer.
Maybe 5 minutes longer without credits.
But it feels longer for some reason.
It had no cohesive anything. The editing was so fucking weird. And the movie just starts.
He does just start, yes.
Are we talking about Dev Adam or whatever it's called?
Yeah. I think I don't know what else to say about.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say about animated Titanic and its horrors. I think. I don't know.
That pretty much sums it up. Pretty much sums up the animated Titanic disaster.
I think one of the first things you said to me after it was over was, "I hate you." So, I mean that's take that as it sounds.
Let me put it this way: this movie was more of a disaster than the actual Titanic sinking.
Yeah, more people died.
Yeah,
I'm still affected by it to this day.
Yeah.
This movie made me laugh uncomfortably more than Propeller Man did. Oh wow, that landed flat, unlike Propeller Man.
Fuck is that?
The man that hits the wood on the way down and spins like a propeller
Ah,
in Titanic.
Oh, yes. When he's he does a rag doll.
Yeah.
Would you rather be him or watch this movie again?
The fact that I have to think about that is a testament to the movie shit factor, I think.
Death would be quicker.
and less painful. So
Yeah. So basically, if you want a master class on animation, watch this movie. It's great.
There's
really
nothing. There's nothing.
You really learn how to stretch your assets thin.
Like I said, this was a narrow victory because this fucking thing, it's an abomination. You guys, you outdid yourselves this time.
Well, thank you.
At least I actually hated them both, and I didn't like love Bane's pick again.
So you're not going to buy 3 Dev Adam on DVD?
Is it available on DVD? Does that even exist?
I don't know.
I doubt it because
I think there was a release on DVD.
Why is the rip on the internet clearly from a VHS tape, or was that just really bad film stock?
I think it's the film stock at this point. I mean, it can probably be remastered to an extent.
Did they shoot it on a camcorder?
Well, they might have. It was 1973.
It seems like they did.
I thought it was later than that. Or I might be thinking of Turkish Star Wars.
You might be. Yeah, this one is it's a 1973 movie.
Yep.
Yeah, there is there actually is a legit DVD version of Turkish Spider-Man.
It makes me wonder if it's like doesn't have all that VHS tape fucking.
I think it does. This is obviously it's a bootleg DVD. Like it's not.
Oh, so yeah.
The movie actually is public domain. Nobody actually owns it. So I think if you were to buy the DVD, it would look and sound exactly the same.
Oh,
so
God.
A studio could probably do a remake, right? I'm sure Marvel wouldn't have a problem with that.
No, not at all.
Did you guys know that Spider-Man was a villain? Because I fucking didn't.
You can tell by the eyebrows poking through his eye hole.
Evil eyebrows.
That was so funny.
The first thing I said when I saw him was, "Holy shit, those are some fabulous eyebrows."
And the colors are slightly out in the Spider-Man costume too. So
yeah, he's green and slightly darker green.
Yeah.
Also, Captain America ain't so fucking American.
Yes, I love the line, "You speak great Turkish." And I thought, yeah, he looks Turkish too. So it's funny that.
He's in disguise.
Yeah. Anyway, we should describe the plot of the movie. Not that there's a great plot or anything, but there is kind of a plot.
Would you like me to do it, or would you like to?
I'd like to see you do it, I think.
Oh, God. Gangster Spider-Man's fucking inserting counterfeit money into the pool via artifacts that he murders people and steals.
Isn't he stealing like valuable things and then sells them and then buys them back with counterfeit money?
Back with fake money, yeah.
What a great plot.
I mean,
and he's got no superpowers. He's just a guy in a Spider-Man costume.
Yeah, none of them really have superpowers.
No.
Not that we see anyway.
No, the fact that Spider-Man and Captain America in this movie is just a cash-in, basically.
Yeah. Because Spider-Man's essentially like a mob boss.
Yeah.
And Captain America's just
because that's what mob bosses do. They dress up like a superhero.
Yeah.
There's my favorite episode of The Sopranos when
Captain America.
Yeah, when Tony Soprano dressed up as Spider-Man and had a fight with Captain America on top of the World Trade Center.
Yeah, that's basically the plot. That's the whole Captain. What are the other two heroes? They're not real heroes, though.
Oh, there's a Mexican wrestler thrown in there just for good
Sure.
measure. Yeah, it's like they went to a costume shop and said, "What costumes do you have?" And they said, "Oh, we've got a Spider-Man costume, but the colors are slightly wrong. We've got Captain America, and we've got a Mexican wrestling costume." And the director said, "Oh, we'll take all three."
That's not even a Spider-Man costume. They got one of those Green Man costumes, cut the fucking face open, and then stuck on like a felt spider.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same design as the Spider-Man costume. It hasn't got the webbing up top, and the colors are slightly different. But what?
It's the Green Man. What, they could have green screened the costume on.
Yeah, Spider-Man when he's going through his green and purple phase.
Oh, he's the Hulk, but skinny.
So anyway, yeah, this crime boss is dressing up in a slightly off-color Spider-Man costume for no particular reason.
He doesn't like anybody else in masks because it threatens him in some way.
Yeah. He's very, very protective of his mask for some reason.
I like how the only woman in this movie, fucks up the first thing she has to do and gets caught.
She's not the only woman in the movie.
She's the only hero woman.
Yeah.
She's the only crime-fighting woman, and she gets caught. The first thing she has to do, because she could, like...
I was going to say, but anyway, the Turkish government invites Captain America to come and save the day, and he looks strangely Turkish, like everyone else in the movie.
There's lots of white people in this movie, though. Like, they couldn't find a random white dude to play Captain America.
Well, they could have used Captain Turkey, but it sounds weird. It sounds like a guy in a turkey costume.
Only if you speak English. I'm pretty sure the Turkish don't call turkeys turkey.
Yeah, Captain Turkey. It's their Captain America.
There's this turkey costume, looks straight out of hell. And I can't now insert it into this movie. Okay, never mind. Faster and onwards. If they put that turkey costume in the movie, I'll watch it again.
Oh, there you go.
Have you seen the turkey costume I'm talking about? It's been memed to hell.
No.
It is horrifying. I don't know why it exists, but it does.
I think this show's almost as confusing as the movies we watched, which isn't surprising.
Yeah, most of the time. They put a woman in a turkey costume. That's even funnier because she has long hair.
She's lost it.
Oh God! Yeah. I wish I could screen share because I would share the wondrousness that is this turkey costume with the rest of you. But
Can't you screen share with this thing?
I can, but it will dox me. So
yeah. Okay.
Because it shows everything, right?
Oh, that is funny. It looks like some kind of fat suit or something.
Just put the Turkish flag on it. No, it's better. You can really tell it's a turkey when they move in it.
because it's flesh colored and it doesn't look like it's got feathers. So,
well, they have a cooked one too. Hang on, they have a slightly browned one too. Basically, it's a raw turkey.
You're as good as basted, Captain Turkey.
that is pretty weird.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Can you imagine the puns if there was a Captain Turkey TV show from the 60s? Like in the vein of 60s Batman? Oh. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sort of surprised that there isn't.
I know, I would have gobbled it right up.
Get out.
Jeez, what did I pluck your feathers? Jesus.
I'm gonna come in there and hit you.
Oh man.
So anyway, now that Captain America is in Turkey,
are we gonna talk about the fact that he murdered some bitch with a fucking boat propeller?
oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Right at the beginning, that's where it starts. The movie is not.
So definitely not for kids.
No. I would say not.
Yes, the evil Spider-Man cuts off a woman's face with a boat propeller.
Because
very abruptly. There are no opening credits. There is no real opening warning at all. The movie just starts. And 10 seconds later, a woman is getting her face cut off with a boat propeller.
Yeah. Yeah.
Spider-Man laughs in Turkish, and that's pretty much the way. Oh! I guess I'm getting ahead of the game here, but there are many Spider-Men.
Oh yeah.
Is it Spider-Men or Spider-Mans?
Spider-Man.
I think it's Spider-Man's because his name's Spider-Man.
No, that's wrong. I can't handle that.
I know it sounds wrong, but I think grammatically it's correct. There are many Spider-Mans.
Ask Siri if it's Spider-Men or Spider-Mans.
What is the plural of Spider-Men or Spider-Man, rather?
Yes. Yeah. Siri knows everything. We're all waiting.
Oh, you want me to actually ask her?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Siri. What is the plural of Spider-Man?
Okay, I found this on the web for what is the plural of Spider-Man. Check it out.
She said Spider-Man.
No, she said Spider-Man.
She said Spider-Man.
We have to do our own research, I suppose.
Yeah.
Siri doesn't have an answer.
Wonder what Google says. Or is that just what she does?
Yeah, it's just what she does.
Yeah.
She doesn't know the answer to something. She Googles it.
Yeah. Pretty much just like the rest of us, I guess.
Yeah.
The plural of Spider-Man is Spider-Men.
Not if it's a name.
I consulted the Google machine.
Yeah, well, Google's not always right.
Yes, it is.
Always, really.
Yeah, see, even Wikipedia says Spider-Man, or plural, Spider-Men.
Okay, so there are many Spider-Mans in this.
No, you're incorrect.
I'm pretty sure there are.
There are, and they all die horrible deaths.
No, not all of them. Some of them just get the shit kicked out of them, and some of them just get placed in random places for some fucking reason. Because Spider-Man, because Captain America likes to pick people up and put them in places and then hit them.
Yeah,
Captain America says the reason why he's wearing the costume is because he knows it will piss off Spider-Man because he's the only one that likes to wear a costume. And then later on, there's numerous people wearing a Spider-Man costume.
Well, they're just there to. That's actually really smart if you're trying to hide, though.
Mm-hmm.
He just dressed up a bunch of his henchmen as Spider-Man.
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 Spider-Man's.
No, you are within like walking distance of me. I have hard shit out here. I will throw it at you.
All right, Amber, calm down.
Are you making a video about that? Because she is a nightmare. That has made me so depressed.
I found a very interesting article defending her today.
There's a new
India.
one. There's a new. I'll send it to you. There's a new one. I just saw that it doesn't absolve him from.
Yeah, I read one from India, which was amazing. So I think I'll do a video about that.
I cannot even believe that anybody is still defending her after a lot of the audio.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
You can't believe that?
No, because at least like when what's his nuts? Oh, I guess he got abused by another man, so it's different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Terry Crews, that's it.
Oh wow.
Well, the article I read today from India basically said that when Johnny was accused, everyone came and defended him, which is kind of weird because that didn't actually happen. And now that Amber is being attacked, no one is defending her. I'm like, she's guilty though.
Yes.
And Johnny was, but this article kind of makes the argument that an accusation should be enough for Johnny Depp to be
only when it comes from a woman, though. There you go. Enjoy that. I saw that article floating around Twitter today, and of course, it made me very angry because this whole thing has made me very upset. Some of the fucking pictures.
Well, in a way, it's good because it exposes publicly that this type of shit happens.
Yeah, but is it going to make a difference?
Well, it might because it's a big story. And the certain feminists in the last couple of years have been pushing the narrative that if a man reports domestic violence to the police, he's lying and he's only doing it to get his female partner in trouble, and he's the actual abuser, continuing the abuse.
Which is the same type of shit they accuse, I don't know, meninists of doing, saying that all women are liars when they go to the police, which is fucking bullshit. That is not how most of the world operates. Most of the world operates via empathy, and if you go and tell somebody you've been abused by your partner, I mean, unless you're a man, you're not going to get mocked for it. Like, ooh, your 5'4" girlfriend beat you up, you poor thing. Well, yeah, bitch had a knife.
Anyway, we're right off topic.
You did it. It's your fault. You knew. You had to have known. That would set me off. Come on now.
I feel abused by this movie. It held me up by knife point last night and made me watch it again. So
you watched it again?
I might have.
Why? Why?
Because I wanted to learn all of its nuances, and
of which there are none. Seriously, they edited it in such a way that you spend no time in any of the scenes. Like there's no completed thoughts. So there's scenes where you just see a woman running down the sidewalk. It's one of the main characters, but we have no idea what the fuck she's doing, and then it cuts and goes to somebody else.
Or the same woman several hours later after sex in an office somewhere.
There's no semblance of anything. The base plot makes sense. We understand what's going on. We just don't understand any of the fucking details.
Yeah, so Captain America is trying to stop the evil Spider-Man gang leader, and then all of a sudden a Mexican wrestler turns up for no reason and starts helping Captain America.
He comes with him.
Yeah, but
said
we don't see him in his costume straight away.
No, but he introduces himself as the luchador. I'm pretty sure you know what
Yeah.
he's going to be wearing. Do you want to know what my favorite part of this movie is? I
The
laughed
end?
for a good 5 or 6 minutes. No. The fucking rabid guinea pigs that ate that guy's face.
Oh, yes. I can't believe I forgot that.
Yeah.
That was great.
When he said that they were rats and he held
I
up
know.
this fucking
That
guinea
was so
pig.
great. I know. I looked at that. I thought that's a guinea pig. It was so funny.
And then they filmed the guinea pig from the end of the tube. Like,
Yeah, we should describe it to the audience. So the bad guys are torturing this guy, trying to get info from him. And
well,
they
they think he gave away their letters to the good guys.
Yeah, and they're trying to get him to confess. So they put something around his face, and it's got like a long plastic tube on it. And he goes, "Now we will pull out the hungry rats," and he pulls out these big guinea pigs.
I just about peed myself. I made him rewind it so I could make sure they were fucking guinea pigs. Because he thought they were huge fat rats. And I was like, no, they don't have tails.
You looked at me and kind of went, those are guinea pigs? And yeah, you laughed for a good 5 minutes.
They got completely different faces than rats.
Yeah, no, I know. I just looked up. I was kind of just paying attention to something else, and I just look over, and it's like, oh, it's a fat rat, and she's like, those are fucking guinea pigs. No way. So I rewind it, and yeah.
I knew. The second he picked up this fat thing without a tail, it was not a rat. And then in the tube, I was like, holy shit, that's a fucking guinea pig. Man, they couldn't afford rats. Rats are for feeding other animals. Why didn't they buy feeder rats? Even mice would have been less hysterical than a fat-ass guinea pig. Guinea pigs are like the most docile rodent ever.
Well, they take a very, very long time to chew through your face. So
they just cut away. They have the guinea pig coming.
It's a very slow, painful death. I mean, when rats chew through your face, it's pretty quick. But guinea pigs, that could take a year. So
I would. It would have been. I think I would have died if you heard them squeaking, making the guinea pig sound. The stuff of nightmares, guinea pig noises.
Beware the killer guinea pigs.
It reminds me a bit of this this thing that was on the internet eons ago, before the internet was all
there's a thing on the internet.
Yeah, and it had this giant guinea pig terrorizing a small town, but it was a miniature. It reminded me of that.
So we shouldn't be concerned about giant guinea pigs.
No. Oh, also South Park did that too. The South Park did the giant.
They did. I remember that episode. Yeah.
They needed to get Lemmy Winks. At least gerbils look like rats a little bit with the tail.
A little bit, yeah. They can pass for rats if you
they don't show their faces.
Yeah.
The fucking guinea pigs, though, like their legs are like 2 centimeters long.
Yes, but the guinea pig hadn't eaten any lettuce for about 2 days. So
That makes it a carnivore.
yeah. Look how fat it was. It's obviously well fed.
His eyes are made of berries.
Yeah. Just put some strawberry jam on his face or something. I don't know.
You know how they could kill somebody with a guinea pig? If that tube was like 3 stories tall and they dropped it.
Yeah.
His guinea pig ass down the tube. Drop.
I thought you were going to say they put the tube somewhere else, but anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you would die from having a guinea pig dropped 3 stories onto your ass. I think it'd have to be your face still.
I think
this is the most intelligent conversation we're going to have talking about these movies.
Adam Savage, are you listening, Adam? Could you try it out? Could you bring back Mythbusters just to do this one thing?
I want to see if a man will die if you drop a guinea pig on his ass from 3 stories up
Through a tube.
through a tube.
Yeah. Is it a vacuum tube or just a normal tube?
Just a normal tube. It has to be big enough because guinea pigs are big.
Much fatter than your average fancy rat.
Yeah, they're huge compared to fancy rats. They're like twice the size. I could not get over the fucking guinea pig. And then he goes, no, it's a rat. I'm like, no, that's a fucking guinea pig. Rewind it.
For a split second. Like, I was just kind of paying attention, so I just look up. And then, like I said, I rewind it. And it's like, oh, fuck. Really? Really?
Really? A guinea pig? A guinea pig. Like,
That was pretty funny.
They sell rats to feed snakes. They're not hard to buy at a pet store. And they're cheaper than guinea pigs. At least they are here.
Well, we're talking about turkey back in the 70s, so they may not have been, sold in pet stores back then. Who knows?
I genuinely think that they were the pets of one of the a kid of one of the actors. They were like, "Darling, can I borrow your guinea pigs for our movie?" Nibbles, and Cheez-It are going to be movie stars.
They should have at least sticky taped a tail on it.
Something.
Yeah.
Or called them guinea pigs. Like, don't try and pass a guinea pig off as a rat. Nobody was fooled by this.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, well, Master of None was fooled by it for about 2 seconds.
Yeah. I just couldn't believe that they would have done that. But
I can't believe they have done this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so most of the movie consists of people chasing each other around and some weird fights.
And weird fights. A lot of placing people.
Can we talk about my rampage about the stripper?
You're the silhouette stripper, yeah.
The silhouette stripper triggered the fuck out of me because she was not curvaceous enough to do that kind of striptease.
Not that she was ugly. She's not saying
no,
that.
She's not ugly. She had small, very perky little breasts. However, if you're going to do a silhouette striptease, you should have significant enough curvatures to be seen via shadow, because there was times where she looked like a man.
Or a guinea pig in each hand.
No, strap the guinea pigs to her chest. It'll make her tits look bigger.
Well, don't strippers in Canada have guinea pigs in each hand? It's law out here.
My, what hairy tits you have.
Yeah.
The better to woo you with, my dear.
Well, you shave the guinea pigs before you strap them to a chest.
They have bald guinea pigs. Have you ever seen those?
Well,
no. My God. They're easily one of the ugliest things I have ever seen. Oh no. Yeah, bald guinea pigs. They're a little bit less disgusting than a naked mole rat. But not by a very large margin. They have mustaches. So I don't know if you can call them truly hairless, but
Oh, you sent me a picture, did you?
I did.
Well, that's not that ugly. I was expecting something worse. It's not that bad.
Like your balls mid-shave.
Yeah, it's better than one of those hairless cats.
Hairless cats are cute. What are you talking about?
No, they're fucking ugly.
They are not.
They're ugly with all that loose skin.
I love Sphinx cats. Oh my goodness, they're so soft too. They just look like a cat.
The hairless cat. Yes.
Yeah, but I mean, they still just look like a cat.
Well, that hairless guinea pig looks like a dim sim with legs.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like a ball sack.
So, do we have anything else to say about Turkey Spider-Man?
Hairless cats are adorable. You're wrong. Look at that thing. It's cute. It's all wrinkly.
I was afraid this might happen. There really isn't much to say about these movies, is there?
No, this happened last time too. I think we only went for I think we only talked about the movies for about an hour and a half last time too.
Yeah.
Last time you both sort of gave me more to work with. They had more plot. There was a little something there. This pile of shit.
I mean, I will say that I actually did have a good time watching Turkish Spider-Man. I got to admit that.
You just enjoyed my pain.
Well, I did, but I watched it again last night. It's absolute shit. It really is, but it was at least entertaining in the way that it's so inept and baffling and confusing. It's got almost has a decent schlock value to it. Almost.
Yeah, it's not quite there though. There's a little bit too much filler.
Oh, so much. Way too. I would say way too much. Yeah, it's just a ridiculous movie, and I mean, I guess I could call it a solid effort for 1973. With people who don't really know what the fuck they're doing, and then I actually sit down and watch it, and that opinion goes right out the window. It's absolutely baffling. The editing is almost schizophrenic, and it's like it has no idea what it's thinking about at any given moment. I've just fast forwarded to the guinea pig scene. It's 39 minutes in for anybody that might be interested. It's like Spider-Man is like in this movie is like the worst rejected James Bond villain. It's like he tried so hard to get in these movies, so he became a real crime lord named Spider-Man.
He does have excellent eyebrows.
Yeah, and
he had an interesting evil laugh too. You go,
yeah, very interesting dubbed laugh. And you know what? The strange thing is, most of the movie sounds like it's being dubbed over in its native language again, which is very strange to me.
Maybe they had mic problems. I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
Oh no, me neither. Just considering. Oh, are you thinking about the guinea pigs again? You're watching it, aren't you?
I found a particularly gross gif of a hairless cat.
Yeah. I like hairless pussy, but not that type.
Bald pussy's the best kind.
I don't like it wrinkly.
They're all wrinkly.
Not in that way.
They're all wrinkly. They've all got
not in that way.
They're all a little wet. Yeah, you're just wrong. It's okay.
Anyway,
guinea pigs are evil.
Apparently, yeah. This movie proves it.
Yeah.
So yeah, Turkish knockoffs. So there were a couple of, well, quite a few other Turkish knockoffs, weren't there? There's Turkish Star Wars.
Yeah, that came much later, I think.
Yeah, that was after A New Hope. I'm sure we will talk about that at some point. Have you ever seen speaking of Turkish Star Wars and knockoffs, have you ever seen the Turkish knockoff Star Wars toys?
Do I want to?
I've seen some pictures of them on Google. Yeah, just Googling like knockoff toys and stuff. Yeah, years back.
Yeah, basically what they do is just get an American, Star Wars action figure, and then make a mold of it. And so sometimes they turned out really weird. They'd have different heads, or wouldn't be able to move the arms, or all kinds of things. But probably my favorite is the Turkish knockoff of the Death Star Trooper from A New Hope.
Okay,
that's the guys on the Death Star with the big black helmets that were in the Empire. But
yeah, okay,
yeah. But the cover card for this toy is basically the American action figure in front of a giant calculator. And they've just taken a photo of it and stuck it on the card. And I just imagine in the back of my mind this scene which has been cut from A New Hope, where Tarkin goes, "Okay, fire up the Death Star laser. We're going to destroy Alderaan." And it cuts to a scene of the Death Star Trooper who's got this giant calculator in front of him, and he starts putting in the coordinates by hitting these giant buttons, which are basically the size of his head.
Nice.
I find it funny. I think it'd be a funny scene.
Oh yeah, no, I can definitely envision what you're talking about. Yeah, Chinese and like Middle Eastern and some knockoffs of toys are insane. Like, I actually have a couple packed away. Like just ones from like I guess what would they be called in other parts of the world, like Poundland or dollar type stores.
Oh
yeah, shit, right? Yeah, like Superman. There's like is Special Man. Star Raiders. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is New Style Ninja Tortoises. You know, just things like that. It's just these weird kind of angrish, just ridiculous, like Space War, or like.
I think my favorite thing to come out of China, particularly, are T-shirts with just English words on them. The way that Western countries will just put Chinese words on them. I'm sure they find it fucking hilarious too. And they're really inappropriate, like kids' clothes with penis on the front. Yeah,
just stuff like that. There's this one toy that I actually own physically. I should have taken some pictures of it. It's it's like a Gundam, like from Gundam Wing, the anime. And I have it like on sealed on the card and everything, and it's from like a dollar store or something. I can't remember what store it came from, but it's got wings like swan wings, and it's called Super Cock, like chicken, right? And it's Super Cock. I can't remember what the like the subtitle of it was. It's something like changing prism cock robot or something. It's just the most bizarre like rip-off English like I can only imagine what these Star Wars toys that you were talking about with the calculator in the background.
Like straight up an actual calculator. Like solar powered calculator.
Yeah.
I sent you a pic via what's the name? Discord.
Yeah. Okay.
It really is just a fucking calculator.
They've just put it in front of a calculator and taken a picture of it.
That is excellent. I love that.
Yeah, I would love to see some like legitimate Turkish Spider-Man figures now. Somebody's got to do it somewhere. I mean, it's definitely doable. So, oh god. Oh, okay. I can see the scene you're talking about now.
Yeah, he's putting in the numbers.
Yeah,
you know what that reminds me of?
I can imagine Tarkin like using his fists to slam, but using both hands because he's angry. Like,
you know what it reminds me of? Robot Chicken.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it's got that kind of vibe to it.
It feels like something Robot Chicken would do. If in one of their Star Wars spoofs, just put them in front of a calculator, hammering away on it.
There you go, Seth Green. Do it. Yep. Oh, that's great. Yeah. Bootleg toys are some of the most entertaining things out there. So I can only imagine.
This is on a lot of them.
Yeah.
When they're like melted and deformed looking, it's great. Yeah. I'm not allowed to laugh at people when they're deformed, so.
I'm going to send you an image of one more. Have a look at the name of this one.
Okay.
I'm worried.
Sorry to interrupt, but my absolute favorite Chinese knockoff toy will always be Robert Cop.
Robert Cop.
Robert Cop. Yeah. It's the best. And it really is just a mold of a RoboCop like figure, a toy, right? And it's just Robert Cop, just to barely avoid copyright.
I like that Stars War.
Stars War.
War head.
It's basically one of the Royal Guards, but with the cape pulled off, painted silver, and given a shield and a sword for some reason, and called Headman. Very popular character, Headman.
Yeah, Headman is my favorite superhero.
When I first
Yeah.
looked at it, I saw Yusuke. Dyslexia is fun sometimes.
Yeah.
I took my glasses
You
off.
reacted so well to Stars War, being dyslexic as you are.
Well, he told me to pay attention to the name, so I paid extra close attention.
There you go. Yeah.
I wasn't wearing my glasses the last time I went to the doctors, and I was trying to read shit from Master and on from really far away. That was fun for a while. Because I can't see and I can't read.
Yeah. Like vitamin C was, I don't know, like virgin cunt or something. I don't know. Like,
Is that actually a good source of vitamin C?
Yeah. It is.
well, I mean, if you're doing an incantation of some sort, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just one ingredient.
There was one for elderly care, and I thought it said I thought it said elderly cunts or something.
Yeah. As you would.
Yeah. Kara looks like cunts when you can't see and you can't read.
Yeah, it's like when I was a kid. I used to look in the movie section of the paper to see what was on, and it was always interesting when there was a Clint Eastwood movie. Sometimes the L would blend with the I.
Did you ask your parents if you could watch that new Clint Eastwood movie?
Do I feel lucky?
Your dad would let you too.
My dad?
Yeah.
Oh, he would have been like pleased as shit if I asked him if I could watch a Clint Eastwood movie.
Your dad is crazy. He was like 8 years old. He goes, Dad, can I watch Alien? And he goes, well, it's scary, but okay.
Yeah, I brought it up to him in the video store, and I'm like, "Hey, Dad, can I rent this one?" And it's Alien, the first one on VHS, right? Like really fucking intense movie.
Yeah.
But it's legitimately intense even today. And he's like, "Well, I don't know. It's pretty scary. Are you sure you want to watch that? Like, it'll give you nightmares." And I went, "Oh yeah, I can handle it." And oh yeah, he let me. I brought that home, and oh man, that was something else.
And had nightmares.
Yeah, I had. Oh man,
you have permanent adult trauma from that.
I do. That movie scares the shit out of me, almost literally, man. I can barely watch. I can't watch that movie alone. I'm not even joking. It's so fucking intense. Like, I think
your dad would have just basically let you watch whatever you asked him to watch.
It could have been worse. It could have been Turkey Spider-Man.
Well, you know what? That would have sent me to a foster home, I think.
That would have been child abuse.
Yeah, that's a little too much.
Straight up child abuse.
Yeah. Why would you even say that? That's not funny. No.
That's horrible.
Yeah. Revengers Endless Tussle. That's apparently the name of these Avengers toys in China. The Revengers.
I mean, yeah, kind of. I guess. I like Teenage Mutant Ninja Tortoises.
Or whatever it was. Yeah. Hold on, I can find that again. That one was very amusing.
Mostly because tortoises and turtles are really different, and if you put tortoises in the water, they fucking drown.
New style Ninja Tortoises. There you go.
New style.
Speaking of rip-off movies, I'm sending you guys a poster of a movie I just saw yesterday. I saw the poster, not the movie, I should add. So I don't know how bad the movie is.
I mean, I'm sure it's as bad as the one we just watched.
It may not be that bad, but talk about rip-offs.
Battle Star Wars. They didn't even change. They just added a word.
Oh, yeah. Is this a Bollywood movie or?
I don't know. I don't know. I just saw the name.
Yeah.
They don't look.
And I thought, oh, that looks like a ripoff.
Well, I'm gonna have to watch that now.
Well, I didn't even have time to do any research on it, basically.
Yeah.
So the end of this movie, we should mention, is quite spectacularly hilarious because there's like several dozen Spider-Mans, and he murders a number of them.
He does.
Oh, yeah, rather brutally too.
Yeah. They get their heads crushed in some machinery, and as Captain America do.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, yeah, if you haven't got your shield, you need to use a factory. That's the rules, isn't it?
Again, favorite story arc. Love this one.
I wish at the end that guy that had decided to play a prank on him got his head crushed in. That would have been funny.
The guy at the end?
Yeah, he was in the back seat of the car wearing.
That was a little retarded kid.
Oh, the guy that went.
Yeah.
The credits started.
Yeah, that would have been funny if he got his face caved in.
We should describe that. Yeah, so he basically. Well, coherently for people who haven't seen it.
Yeah.
We just did.
So the movie's over. Captain America's won. He's beaten up or killed all the evil Spider-Mans in their Spider-Man costumes.
Spider-Man.
And we think that's it. It's finally over. And he sees someone in the back seat of a car with a Spider-Man mask. And he runs at him and opens the door and pulls the mask off. And it's a little kid who looks slightly retarded. He goes, and that was the end joke. It was just a kid.
Yeah.
And then they all laughed.
They all laughed and jumped in unison into the air and it freeze framed.
Yeah, it had a very 80s style freeze frame ending.
So would you say this movie launched the MCU or?
Oh, definitely. It's way better than any of the crap Marvel's been putting out in the last 4 or 5 years. So,
you know what? I will say, in all seriousness, and I'm not even being cheeky here, that I find it less insufferable than most MCU movies. But
I like a lot of the MCU movies, not all of them, but a lot of them.
I like a lot of them too, but many of them I find them to be insufferable. But that would make me less popular than Martin Scorsese at this point. So, no,
you're such a joker.
Yeah. I'm not defending the movie at all. I mean, it's shit, but it has, like I said earlier, it has a little bit more of a fun schlock value to it than that awful Titanic movie did.
Yes, I'm curious. Would both of you pick the awful Titanic movie to be worse?
That's the worst. Yeah, I probably would.
I would say it's worse. Yeah, actually, it's so baffling. It really makes no sense. The animation is absolute shit, and I get the feeling that it's also made 27 years later in a relatively established film industry at that point too. That from a completely critical standpoint, there really is no excuse to pump out something so dismal.
But yeah, they're both basically cash-ins.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, actually, that's interesting. You both picked in the similar vein there, where they're just cash-ins of a bigger, better movie.
Or rip-offs, yeah, like they're both not good, but I mean, Turkish Spider-Man just has this kind of silly, irreverent, kind of almost cult like feel to it, where it's just a bad movie, but I can't help but having at least a little bit of a good time while I watch it. Where Titanic, even years and years ago when I first watched it on YouTube, this is when YouTube was relatively new. The whole damn movie was on there. It was already public domain. I had to kind of slog through it, but I had just heard that this is the worst or one of the worst animated movies ever made, so I just had to watch it. So
let me put it this way. Turkish Spider-Man could be cut down to maybe a 25-30 minute decent schlock TV episode.
Yeah, if it was really cut down and had some focus, I think it could be a lot of fun.
Yeah, whereas you can't do that with Titanic.
No, it's actually impossible. As we've stated before, I think you'd be left with a 10 or 15-minute short that somehow is still incoherent despite all the cuts.
There's no fixing it.
Yeah, it's just you can't fix that. It's so broken that you might as well just throw it away or melt it down and make something new out of it, or just leave it to rot in a landfill somewhere.
Mm.
I don't know why it drove me less crazy. I was less bored.
Sure.
That's just me.
Yeah, because you like Don Bluth, so
I will come over there and murder you for real.
And personally, I would say this is at least like middle ground for Don Bluth. I mean,
not you too.
I mean, I think he's directed 14 films. I would at least put this at number 8.
You are close enough that I can actually come in there and hit you. So you better watch yourself.
Well, I mean, or I could just watch Titanic: A Legend Goes On, and you know.
You know what? I'm gonna lock you in that room and put that movie on repeat.
It's party time.
I had some semblance of fun trying to figure out what Disney or other animated character all of them were ripoffs of. That was what kept me going through that fucking movie.
Yeah, there were certainly a lot of strange ripoffs and
yeah, Turkish Spider-Man didn't give me much to like focus on because the scenes were so short too.
Yeah, it's very frenetic. Yeah, it's like Bane was saying, if you cut that down to a fun little short schlock film, it would be, I think, really quite good. At least fun. If not good, it would be fun.
Like at least at the bare minimum, the Titanic thing had a cohesive story, and it followed it for the most part.
Yeah. I mean,
you had the couple. They met. They fell in love. They did their thing. You had the animals. They had their party. They
did party.
They caged a couple of their friends. Like all of the stories connected. Like
a crying Dalmatian.
Yeah, there was a crying Dalmatian. But yeah, all the stories connected. Like the characters had relationships with each other through the movie.
Yeah, but there weren't any guinea pigs eating someone's face. So
no, that's very true. But we can't have that in every movie.
Why not?
That's a good fucking question, actually. Every movie would benefit from it. Hey, Neil Breen, are you listening?
There you go.
We know you watch us.
He is the type to use guinea pigs instead of rats.
Yeah, put some rabid guinea pigs in your next movie.
Yeah. Rabbits or guinea pigs? Make up your mind.
Rabid. Do you speak in English?
The thing is, if Neil Breen actually used guinea pigs in his movie, they would all be dead like his laptops. So.
Well, they would be cheaper to buy, I guess.
He just goes to the dumpster behind the pet store.
As an aside, a completely kind of unrelated thing. The Chinese knockoff version of My Little Pony is called New Series Demon Donkey.
What?
Not joking.
I mean, that's probably better than My Little Pony anyway.
Demon Donkey?
Yeah, I'd watch that. My Little Pony is pedophile breeding ground.
Yeah. Demon Donkey makes more Satanists.
Yeah, Satanists are chill.
Yeah.
Who would you rather be having an evening with, a pedophile or a Satanist?
A demon donkey. Anyway, would any of us recommend these movies?
Yeah, they're the best.
Only if you like being tortured.
Yeah, you'd have to really be in for an evening of Yeah, it would test your patience, I think.
Handle it with friends, you might make it through it okay.
Yeah, if you're having a movie night and you want to torture the other people, pick one of these.
Yeah. Neil Breen's still worse.
You think so?
No, he's worse.
No, Neil's actually entertaining and funny and bizarre. So not that he means to be.
I so wholeheartedly disagree with you.
You've watched one Neil Breen movie.
Yeah, and it was the worst thing I've ever seen. Try harder. You know why? It's the ego too. The ego on that man makes it worse.
That's true.
There's nothing like an egotistical dickhole that thinks he's hot shit and he produces hot shit.
Well, if you can produce me another man that legitimately won all the fucking medals.
Yeah, in everything.
Yeah, in everything ever, I might be able to see things from your perspective, but
no, the man tests my patience.
Who else can use 3 broken laptops at the same time?
6.
What?
He had 6.
Oh, 6. Okay.
Oh well, yeah.
So
well, I'm asking who can use 3 though.
How many directors dumpster dive for their props?
Probably a few.
Yeah, probably a fair few.
Mostly just him. He dumpster dives in their leavings. I mean, at least print out a piece of paper that makes it look like the laptop's on and tape it to the fucking broken screen. There are ways to work on a budget that make you look less like an ass.
I thought you were going to say just print out a piece of paper that says laptop on it and put that. It's like that wouldn't make it any better.
No, but I mean, if you screen capped your desktop and printed that out and then stuck it on the screen, at least it'd look like there was something on it.
Look, Neil's obviously operating from a limited budget and he can't spend all the money on props because he's spending it on the script.
Yeah.
Yeah, he totally can't afford 6 pieces of paper print with some shit printed on it. Definitely not.
No.
No, that's way too much fucking money. He needed to pay the actress who had to snuggle up to his micro dick.
Well, I imagine he did have to pay her quite a bit of money. So,
would you need a lot of money?
Yes, a great deal of money.
Even with the water, which make things look bigger, it was fucking tiny.
You're so mean.
Just hate Neil Breen for some reason.
Yeah,
he legit brings out a side of me I wish that neither of you'd ever seen.
Yeah, she's mean, Bane.
Yeah.
She's mean. She's a mean lady when it comes
I
to
bet it doesn't work anymore either.
Yeah.
He doesn't have enough blood to function the rest of his organs. Even though
You Breeny meanie, you.
Yeah.
Don't be a Breeny meanie.
Are you proud of that?
Yep.
Must be. I had to use it twice.
I can see it as an anti-bully campaign. Don't be a Breeny meanie.
I'll wear it proudly.
That is t-shirt material.
Yeah.
A Breeny meanie with the t-shirt.
I'll wear it
with a heart made out of broken laptop pieces or something.
Number 1 Breeny meanie.
Huh. You know, I will give the guy credit. He really does appreciate his fans. And I'm actually saying that not even to be funny. He really does.
He doesn't have fans. He has people that pretend to like his movies for irony's sake. And he's like, yeah, thank you. I know I'm the greatest.
You know what? And there's something I find endearing about that.
He's so egotistical he can't see that he's producing hot garbage and people are mocking him for it.
Sure.
Well, at least his work's original. At least his work's original, unlike the 2 movies we're reviewing today.
I mean, they're not ripoffs. Not completely.
The one we watched was a fucking ripoff of every action movie that's ever been made.
We
just put them all into one movie.
Name one action hero that's won all of the medals. It all comes back to the medals.
You got to remember, right? If you're influenced by one thing, it's a ripoff. if you're influenced by many things, it's inspiration.
Mm.
And
So
you
the
can talk to George Lucas about that one.
The Titanic movie we just watched was inspired by Disney. Suck my dick.
Personally, I would say it's inspired by Don Bluth more so. But
No, there's more Warner Brothers fucking ripoffs in there, actually.
Don Breen is the best filmmaker.
The best.
The best. I tripped over that one.
That should be a t-shirt.
He's the best.
What? Don Breen is the best?
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I love Don Bluth. The man's a genius. You two are sacrilegious. He's created some of the most beautiful pieces of animated art I've ever seen. You're tainting his essence with this monstrosity.
I know, you're so mean. It's made her so mean. He's even making fun of my lisp and my stutter now.
Yeah. Sorry, the meme's out. I can't put it away. We brought up Neil Breen. Still, if you cannot tell me why. Wait, I have a question.
Okay.
Why is his face eating his eyes?
What?
His face. Why is it eating his eyes?
That's a legitimate question. Neil Breen's face. We should talk about that. Yeah. Yeah, we should.
Specifically, why is his face eating his eyes?
I give up. Why is his face eating his eyes?
Not a riddle, it's a fucking question.
Hey Siri.
Riddles are questions, so.
I don't have the answer. I'm asking you.
Hey Siri, why is his face eating his eyes?
Okay, I found this on the web for
What are the web search results?
Miami cannibal attack. Wikipedia.
Oh. So he's the victim of cannibalism then.
His face was deformed by flesh-eating fungus. Oh.
That explains why Neil Breen's face is like that.
Only Breen hate.
The guinea pigs only half ate his eyes.
So, we're looking forward to the new Dune movie.
There's a new Dune movie.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know anymore. I've kind of lost hope in all of that shit. I think I saw the new logo a couple of weeks ago, and I don't. I mean, you and I have talked about this a lot on the show, but is that actually happening still? I've almost.
Yeah. The release date is 2 days before Christmas.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of news to me. I've been looking forward to a new Dune adaptation for so long.
They've done the smart thing and split it into 2 movies.
Oh, good. I hope that stays that way.
Yeah, but obviously the second one will only be made if the first one's successful. So,
you know what? It probably will be. I mean, it depends when they release it. I don't think there's a Star Wars movie this December. So
no.
So that'll help its chances.
And from what I've heard, from what some people have seen, apparently it's going to be pretty good. It looks pretty good.
I hope so. Who's the director? I should look this up.
I can't remember how you pronounce his name, but he's the guy that did Arrival and
okay.
And what was the other one? It was Blade Runner 2049.
I also like that movie quite a bit too.
Yeah, so he's a great director.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a name. Dennis something.
Is it Denny? Denny something?
Dennis or yeah.
Venna something?
It's something French, very French.
Yeah, I can never pronounce French names.
No, I would just butcher it. But that's exciting.
Yeah. So it's something to look forward to at the end of the year. Maybe we should do a June special where we actually go to the theater and watch the new one and compare it to the David Lynch 1984 one.
That would be pretty cool. actually.
Yep.
It's got a decent cast. Oscar Isaac is in it. Josh Brolin, Jason Momoa, Charlotte Rampling. That's pretty cool. It's got a really good cast. Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
I'm actually hopeful that it might be a good movie.
yeah, I really like Lynch's vision on Dune, as half-baked as it was. So
It's one of those movies which in many ways is absolutely fantastic, and in many other ways it's terrible.
oh, it's awful in many ways. It's just
like the costumes are amazing,
yeah.
and the music is great, and the sets are great, and the actors are great, and the small miniatures and models are great, but things like the blue screen are just terrible, fucking terrible.
Yeah, visually the movie is both beautiful and amazing, and absolutely amateur hour at the same time.
Yeah.
But I mean, Kyle MacLachlan was in it. That's great.
Yep.
So actually, I think that was pre Blue Velvet too. So I mean, I think that might have been his first.
Well, yeah, it would have been because it was Lynch's third movie. So
yeah, it would have been. Yeah, so that's why I think when David Lynch kind of fell in love with Kyle MacLachlan and kind of
just a bit.
Yeah, and then just kind of him in most of his stuff.
Yeah.
Kyle MacLachlan missing on is Dale Cooper in Twin Peaks.
I like him.
Yeah, oh, yeah, no, me too. He's a fantastic actor. Still is to this day.
He has the most chiseled face I've ever seen.
He really does, even as an older fellow. He does.
Very angular.
Yeah. David Lynch has used him in over half of his work total.
Oh, so it's like the love relationship between Tim Burton and Johnny Depp.
Yeah, similar too. Yeah, it's just something.
And an actor that connect.
Yeah, they do get each other, and Kyle MacLachlan isn't a method actor by any stretch of the mind. He's very much a what do you need me to do, and I might offer you some insight, but that's about it. And I think David Lynch really appreciates that. So it just works. They have a great working relationship. So
I have a hard time not seeing him as the villain from the Flintstones.
Oh yeah. Also, I mean, love or hate that movie, Kyle MacLachlan in that movie was fucking fantastic.
That movie is hilarious.
I'll take your word for it.
Hey man, no. Hey, John Goodman and Kyle MacLachlan make that movie worth it, even if you don't like it.
It's hysterical. It's really very funny. Halle Berry notwithstanding.
Yeah. So I wonder if there will ever be a re-release of Dune, David Lynch's Dune, in low budget, like small theaters, like there was with Blade Runner. That would be kind of exciting.
Yeah, I actually saw it in the theater when I was a kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I would have been about 11, I think.
Yeah, nice.
I didn't understand half of it, but I enjoyed it.
Were you completely baffled?
I wasn't completely baffled, but I obviously hadn't read the book at that stage.
No, that would be.
But I did fall in love with the movie, and that did lead me to start reading the books when I was 18.
Yeah.
So I've read them quite a few times since.
Yeah, they are really good. Missing on, you should read at least first couple of books. I think you would really enjoy them.
I would say all 6 because I think the last 2 are 2 of my favorite in the whole 6.
Yeah, I like them. I've recently skimmed through. I've actually only ever read the first 3 in detail, and kind of skimmed through the rest. I'm kind of
God Emperor can be a bit of a slog to get through. It's probably the slowest and hardest to get through of all the books.
Mm-hmm.
But the last 2, which take place, I think it's like 5,000 years after the first one or something like that. They're really good. It's the same Dune universe, but it's evolved and changed, and it's good to see that change and evolution over that time.
Yeah, and
the characters are really good too.
Nice. I assume the authors kind of kept the same spirit too throughout.
So. Yeah. But then he died after book 6.
Yes.
and then his son started writing awful books.
Yeah. Well, we don't need to talk about that.
Yeah.
Good old Frank Herbert. Yeah, the author died way too soon. He was only 65 when he died. So
Yep.
yeah, I would say he still had a lot of ideas in his head.
Mm.
Anyway, that sounds good. Speaking of science fiction and things of that nature, I think the next show is sci-fi related. I think they're your picks, aren't they, Bane?
They are.
One is sci-fi. The other is very, very far from sci-fi.
Yeah. I can't wait to see Naked again. The two films in the next episode, by the way, are Naked.
Yep, which is one of my all-time favorite movies. That would probably make my top 10. I love it so much.
Mm-hmm.
The dialogue is so amazing in that movie. It's very, very dialogue heavy.
Yeah,
extremely dialogue heavy. Hey,
is it subtitled?
No.
Okay. Bonus for me. Dialogue heavy movies that are subtitled are really hard for me.
No, it's an English movie.
Yeah, it's very good. We have it on DVD too, so we won't have to hunt it down or anything.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, it's the movie that launched the career of David Thewlis.
Yes,
and until he did his next movie, which was The Island of Dr. Moreau, and then that kind of destroyed his career for a while.
Well, I mean, can you blame his career for taking a swan dive after that?
That was a bad choice.
Wouldn't you have jumped off a bridge?
But I think Naked is his best work. I think he's absolutely amazing in this movie.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
The Island of Dr. Moreau, I guess. I think the first time I saw it, I was like that. The Marlon Brando one. I mean, I was quite young, so I enjoyed it then. But watching it again as an adult, like in my early 20s, oh boy.
Yeah, that was a bad choice.
It was a bad choice.
I should point out that we're talking about Naked from 1993, not the 2016 comedy, which I think was released on Netflix or whatever.
Yeah, we should probably point that out.
Yeah, I haven't watched it, and I don't think I ever want to, basically.
I always put the trailers in the description for the movies that we are actually watching, so we don't have to worry about people watching the wrong ones.
That's a good thing, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely there's one good Naked and there's one bad. So
yeah.
I shouldn't say
in the world. Come on.
I shouldn't say it's bad because I haven't actually seen it, but it just looks like a really bad generic comedy. So
yeah, I'm saying all this like, oh yeah, it's the best film or whatever. I just watched this by myself like last week for the first time.
Naked.
Yeah.
Oh, so what did you think?
I don't want to talk about it too much.
Okay.
Right now, but I'll fill you in on the Discord chat later.
All right, because I'm sure last episode when I talked about Naked, you hadn't seen it. You surprised me when you said
no.
Looking forward to seeing it again. I thought
no, I just watched it like a week ago, so I'd like to watch it with Miss Anon and actually sit down and really digest it on a TV.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I feel like I kind of cheated myself by not watching it on a television first, but oh well.
Okay. But yeah, it's so rich with dialogue, isn't it? It's just dense with characters and dialogue, and there's so many quotable lines in it. It's amazing.
There is, and I feel kind of bad because I've had the DVD for like years and years.
Yeah,
it's just one of those things. I've got hundreds of DVDs, and I probably have tens of DVDs that I've never put in a machine. Right, so
I've got a couple like that too.
Yeah, I just haven't seen them, so we've been talking about this movie so much, and every time you bring it up, I'm like, no, I haven't seen it. No, I haven't seen it. And I've watched trailers and this and that. So I finally, I sat down and just watched it on my computer. And so it'll be good to see on a TV and talk about in a couple of weeks.
And the other one definitely has to be seen on a TV, preferably a big screen TV.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I still haven't seen that. So
Yeah, and that's I've just gone blank. What's it called?
it's Cloud Atlas.
Cloud Atlas. That's it. Yes.
Wachowski's Cloud Atlas. Yeah.
Yes, from the creators of The Matrix, of course.
Yeah.
And Jupiter Ascending, which we won't talk about because that was shit.
Oh, they tried.
That was an awful fucking movie. I was so looking forward to that. I saw a trailer and it looked really good, right? And then I watched the movie and it was just fucking awful.
They tried. Maybe The Matrix 4 will be better.
Yeah. But Cloud Atlas is really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to tell you anything about the plot. I don't want to give it away, but I will say
I don't really know much about the plot other than there may or may not be some kind of time travel involved. That's all I know. So I've read...
there's actors who play numerous roles. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's a good cast too.
Good.
I don't think it really did anything though. It's not a movie I've heard a lot of people talk about. In fact, I don't know if I've heard anyone review it or talk about it, which is surprising because I think it's a great movie. I think it's a beautifully made movie, very complex.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be fun to watch. For the first time, I'll be seeing that on a TV this time, not just a tiny computer screen. So,
and it's very, very different from Naked. So.
Yeah, I can only assume.
Yeah. So we're doing that in 2 weeks.
Make fun of Neil Breen again.
So what?
I said, wake me up when I can make fun of Neil Breen again.
So I guess that will be in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Yes.
Should be.
Yeah, I don't see why not at this point in time. So.
I mean, we're going away next weekend, but we can always bring the movies with us and watch them there.
Yeah, I don't see why not. That might be a fun way to pass some time too.
Yeah. Just
watch them. Yeah, no, that should be a good time. I can bring Naked with us and Cloud. Wait, I have Cloud Atlas on Blu-ray as well. So.
Oh, fabulous. Look at that. We're set.
We own both. So there we go.
And then we have your interesting episode after that.
Oh, mine.
Yeah, your weird one.
Oh, yeah, Dead Leaves and Manborg. Yeah, both. Well, Dead Leaves, I guess, could be considered a short film.
Yeah.
I just feel that Dead Leaves and Manborg just kind of go together.
Manborg is awesome.
Manborg is awesome.
Manborg is awesome. I would have picked it if you didn't at some point.
Yeah, it's basically a RoboCop / Terminator ripoff.
Ripoff or send up? It's more of a send up, isn't it?
More, I would say, yeah, send up for sure.
I haven't seen it, but I've seen the cover and it screams send up to me.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's very tongue in cheek. It was made for, I've mentioned this before, but it was made for 2,000 Canadian dollars in the director's garage with like blue screen and just digital effects and everything.
It has my favorite Australian in it.
Yeah.
Hey, me. I'm not in it.
Not you. You're like third.
Oh,
third? Oh, jeez.
Well, first is Mick, and then Mick. I mean, Bane, isn't your name Mick? I mean, I've asked this before, but
no. Definitely not Mick.
You got to stop name dropping. It's really embarrassing.
All Australian men. Yeah, but all Australian men are Mick.
Yeah, I mean,
Bruce, yeah.
You might be second, but you'd have to compete with the guy in this movie for that.
My real name's actually Bruce Mick. So
that's right. One word.
One word, yeah.
Bruce McBain.
Bruce Mick McBain, yeah.
Mick McBain. It's spelled MCMAC Bain.
Yeah.
You say that like it's weird.
I mean, my real last name's Anon A Moose, so.
Well, there you go. I mean, Bruce McBain the 8th would kind of tell you that it's not weird.
It's not Mick McBain, it's McBackbane.
Oh man, there you go. Sorry.
God, you're so fucking racist.
Oh, crikey. So yeah, that it's a hilarious, fun send up of the Terminator and RoboCop and futuristic science fiction movies in general.
Dead Leaves, same.
Dead Leaves is pretty much the same, but it's just Dead Leaves is just an insane
animated chaos.
Yeah, it's just chaos. I can't even really give you a brief synopsis. Two convicts wake up. They have no idea where the fuck they are, and they wreak havoc. That's just a brief synopsis, and the rest. Yeah.
And then we have mine after that, which is just I'm trying to make both of you weep all over yourselves.
They are both very, very good adaptations of very, very good books.
Yeah. I mean, Watership Down, everybody's pretty much seen it. At least most people have seen it. It's not it's a cult classic. It's probably been talked to death, but I paired it purposefully with Plague Dogs, which is not as well known and just as good. I would almost say it's better. Personally, I think it's better because there's a lot of let's talk about Nazi Germany movies. They exist everywhere. So having talking rabbits do the Nazi Germany thing is, I mean, it's entertaining and it's really good, but
sure,
it's not filling a void. Plague Dogs is really interesting.
It is, and very hard to watch.
Yeah.
And hard to read.
Are there guinea pigs in it?
No, I don't think so. I'm trying to think of the lab at this point.
I was going to say maybe in the beginning, but
no, I think it's just like your typical lab animals that you would think to find: monkeys, rabbits, rats, and dogs.
Guinea pigs are, I mean, the most typical lab animals.
Are they really? I thought it was rats.
No. What do you think the term being used as a guinea pig? What do you think that means?
Dumbass people say dumbass shit all the time and it sticks. So
yeah, there you go. I mean,
I thought it was rats because they share the closest, like they catch the same illnesses we do, and so it's.
Yeah, I think most rodents do, but anyway, yeah. I mean, there might be guinea pigs. I don't know, but I think I think it's just rats and your standards, Yeah. Your standards rather. Very, very hard to watch. It's something we don't want to spoil yet. So.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's a really hard movie to watch, and I'm so glad the filmmakers kept the real ending.
Yeah, the original ending from the book as intended.
Yeah.
Which is a very hard ending.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not it doesn't end nicely.
Yeah, which I mean, the reader and watcher can kind of, I think they get the feeling.
Oh yeah, you figure it out halfway through.
Yeah. So there's that, and then
and then we have another theme.
It's a themed episode at short films, just any kind of short film.
Yes.
I don't think there's a genre that we have to stick to or anything. So.
No, just whatever short films we want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can have as many as you want, as long as they all add up to, I think,
now
2 hours or 2.5 hours or something like that, I think.
You put an hour and 20 minutes or less each.
Oh, was that?
It's okay. Reasonable.
Yeah, well, it's in brackets up to around an hour and 20. So if somebody does an hour and 40 or an hour, it doesn't really matter. It's just,
And then Bane's got 6 picks for the episode after that.
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah, because I haven't decided yet. Because I keep on changing my picks and moving them around. But what I'll probably do for that episode is Pink Floyd's The Wall.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think Non's seen that. So I think she'll be blown away by it.
It's amazing.
I haven't decided what to put with it, though.
I've never seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest either.
Something.
And for years I've wanted to watch that, and this is just giving me an excuse now.
Well, I will get to that. Don't worry. We will see that one this year. But I'm thinking what should go with Pink Floyd's The Wall. We could have something to do with drugs and maybe have Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Mm.
I have not seen that either.
Yeah, so that's possible. Or we could have the Nazi theme and go with what's the name? What's the Shakespeare one I've got in my list? I haven't got my list open.
Hold on, let me just scroll down here.
Yeah. Richard III.
Yeah. Yeah, that's in the list of that short list too for that episode.
Yeah, Richard III. So maybe, and if people haven't seen that version of Richard III, they're probably going, "What are you talking about? Nazis." It's actually set in it looks like Europe of 1940s, as opposed to the actual time that Richard III lived.
That's right.
Yeah, it's Shakespeare but modernized. It's a great movie. So yeah, I'll probably pair up Pink Floyd's The Wall with either one of those ones. I'm not sure which though. I keep on going back and forth.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then that sounds like a great pairing. The Pink Floyd's The Wall and Richard III, to be precise. That sounds like a really good pairing. But I mean, you still got time to decide. I haven't really decided on my next episode either. So like the one after that, except for yeah. But I'm leaning towards kind of a crime horror theme for that. So.
And then mine, which I've had decided for quite a while, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't move mine around nearly as much as you guys do.
Yeah.
I have a list, but once I've picked it, I just leave it alone.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do The Wailing, which is a 3.5 hour long movie, so it's gonna be the only one I pick for that episode.
Is that a remake of Moby Dick?
No.
No, not The Wailing. The Wailing.
Oh, different Wailing.
It has easily the most realistic sex scene in any movie I've ever seen.
Yep.
Realistic?
Yeah.
Well, I've seen Gaspar Noé movies where there's actual penetration.
No, I mean realistic as in real life. Like, this is how normal people fuck, and then it's
okay.
very much not stylized for film.
Not even a little bit.
It's kind of gross.
Yeah, but it's.
I was going to say you can't get much more realistic than some of Gaspar Noé's movies where.
You'll understand when you see it.
Yeah, it's like comparing porn, which is not like real life fucking for most people.
It's not. Have I been doing it wrong?
Yeah.
So I don't need three dwarfs. Is that what you said?
Women don't like that.
Oh, okay.
And if they're making that much noise, they're faking it.
What, the dwarfs or the women?
Everybody's faking it. And it also, like, you must be paying them a lot.
No.
Just a reasonable amount then?
Yeah, I mean, dwarfs are pretty cheap.
Yeah, well, they cost half.
Oh, yeah, we're going to get hate on Twitter now because of this.
That was fucking funny.
It was, but we're going to get a dwarf attack. You watch.
They can only hit us from the knees down. We'll be fine.
This is a true story, not a joke, but I was asked by a dwarf in the street once if I had any change. And I said, sorry, mate, I'm a little short, without actually realizing what I said. But it occurred to me later that, maybe that wasn't a good choice of words.
He didn't laugh, did he?
No, he just gave me a serious look.
Did you laugh? I
No,
would.
it was.
Oh,
I didn't mean it in that way. I wasn't being mean.
I think I would have been wheezing. Just which then he would have thought you did it on purpose because I'd be pissing myself laughing. It's a really good thing we're not friends like outside of the internet because the two of us together anywhere. We'd just be pissing off women and dwarves.
Yep. we would be in trouble.
all fucking all the time. It wouldn't be allowed. The government would separate us. No. Unholy union of offensive humor. I think we lost Master Anon too.
Yep.
Sad he missed out on the best jokes.
Yeah, well, you can listen.
Missed all the dwarf jokes.
Oh no. Sorry, I fell short.
I was waiting for it.
The fell short, yeah. Somebody had to do it. But yeah, no, very realistic sex scene, very much like set in reality. It sort of helps set the mood, so it's more. It feels real. It has a really good atmosphere. This movie.
Yes, lots of wiping.
I like that you were gone for a few minutes and that's what you come back with.
Well,
Please tell him what you said to the little person.
Me?
No.
Oh.
I said that I was once stopped and asked for change by a dwarf in the street. I said, sorry, mate, I'm a little short, without realizing the fun. Well, I didn't say it to be mean. I was honest. Like, I was short in cash.
Yeah. You were a little short. Yeah.
That's what I normally say to someone when they ask for cash.
See, could you imagine if you and I were there? We both would have been dying. He'd have been like, "Why? What's funny?" Oh God.
Oh, we both would have been laughing so hard.
Yeah.
Short of breath and seconds flat.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think this is one of our best shows. What do you think?
Oh God, yeah, 10 out of 10 would watch again.
Yeah. I mean, I think we spoke about the movies for at least 15 minutes. So.
It was an hour. We
Was
made
it?
an hour, yeah.
Oh, there were interruptions in that. Where we
but they were mostly still in the vein. We've totally dropped them now.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good, 40 minutes ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing much to say about those, especially Titanic, in my opinion. There's really nothing to say about it. It's, just a ripoff.
Both a mess.
Yeah.
Hot mess. Oh, you guys have to face off again now.
Oh,
winner take all. Best
Yeah,
two
one each. One each.
So we got to do this one more time.
Yep, and then Anon has to face off against the winner.
Oh no! Okay.
Now, I don't know what my next pick is. I've got a movie in mind. I watched this really, really bad sci-fi movie, maybe about 4 or 5 months ago. It might be 6 months ago. Yeah. I don't remember the name of it though, so I'm trying to find it at the moment.
Oh, no, I hope you do.
But it was just terrible in every way. Story, acting, special effects, everything. Story made no sense. It's just a jumbled mess. So I'm desperately trying to find that one because that will be my next pick.
Speaking of pile of shit, have I ever shown you a picture of my Yoda pen with Yoda standing on a pile of shit?
No.
I'm not sure why I haven't shown you that, but
This is a quality YouTube program.
oh yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
Now we've entered the part of the show called "Have I showed you that thing that I have that
Yeah, that weird ass.
our audience can't see?" It's a bit of a long title for this section of the show, but still.
Fine.
We really do need a technical difficulties song and dance here. I've never wished for OBS so much.
Hey Siri, can you tell us a joke?
Every time the doorbell rings, my dog runs and stands in the corner. He's a boxer.
That was worse than the other two.
Was it?
Oh God, yeah. At least she could have said every time the bell rings or something. Doorbell, really? Come on.
I mean, maybe Siri's Canadian jokes are better.
Does she have any racist jokes? Does she have any offensive jokes? Can you ask her for an offensive joke?
Hey Siri.
Hey Siri.
I got it. Hold on.
Hey Siri, can you tell us an offensive joke?
Gotcha.
She's listening to you now. You're just loud enough. I'm just.
She said, "I don't have an answer for that." Oh, you got Siri too, do you?
Yeah. Yeah, she was listening to you. Now both of our series are going insane.
I didn't know you had a Siri. I feel cheated on. Siri. I thought I was special.
You have Australian Siri. He has.
Okay.
It's okay.
That's all right. They're like twins.
Ask Canadian Siri if she has an offensive joke.
Hey Siri,
Hey.
tell me an offensive joke. She says she's sorry. Of course she does. She's Canadian.
Hey.
I'm sorry.
Hey.
No,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry about that. All the text said is "I'm sorry." That's it. That was good. That was actually the best joke of this evening.
Hey Siri.
Yeah.
Hey Siri.
Yours is
She doesn't work when I'm holding her so close to my
bitch.
face for some reason.
Bitch, Siri.
Bitch Siri.
Hey Siri, do you have a dirty joke?
I'm not allowed to.
Oh, she's not allowed to.
What the fuck? That's like Australian humor to a T. It's dirty humor. I'm very disappointed. What the
That's
fuck?
not funny.
Yeah, I mean you can't say cunt in Canada, so
Yeah. It's illegal here. That's why we're both anonymous. We super get arrested. I'd have that stuck in my head now.
Yeah. So I think the best name for this episode is Siri is a slut, but you know.
No, Neil Breen's a homo.
The whole episode.
Yeah.
Siri is a slut. Neil Breen is a homo.
Yeah.
Oh.
Seriously,
You can't let it go, can you?
No, he makes me so like I'm really glad he's mediocre and doesn't make money.
Well, I mean, he sells houses.
Yeah, I'm glad he has a day job because he can't make movies for shit.
He has a broken laptop business.
Several of them. He's not even good at fixing them, clearly. He won all the medals, but he can't repair a fucking laptop.
Well, it's a broken laptop business, though. He sells broken laptops.
And rents them out.
Yeah.
For what? What does that business model look like?
It's not a good one.
You clearly. That's
Well,
why.
I mean, its Yelp page has, in quotes, all the medals, according to the Better Business Bureau. So, I mean, again, all of my argument and defense is just going to come back down to that. Did you win all of the medals?
You know
Did
what?
any of us win all of the medals? I don't think so.
He caressed a 6-year-old, so I don't think the medals count for anything.
6-year-old.
He had a magic rock though.
Yeah,
you have a magic rock?
Yeah, see, that's a better business model. Sell the magic rocks.
Actually, that was a very good business model back in the late 70s, early 80s with the pet rock thing.
Yeah, you could have had like a Tony Robbins type self-help kind of thing going and selling magic rocks. Yeah. Instead of getting into the real estate business.
At least they didn't pretend that pet rocks did anything.
That's even worse.
No, it would be worse if they pretended it did things.
No, because people were buying something they knew didn't do anything. So
yeah, because their kids wanted a pet for Christmas, so they bought them a pet rock.
As opposed to going out to the garden and just picking one up.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's a wild rock, not a pet rock.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's not the same.
It's not tame. It's
not a domestic rock. It has to be domesticated.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you shouldn't give your kids wild rocks. Only the domesticated kind.
That's dangerous. What kind of a parent are you? You might have rabies.
Rockbees.
Yeah.
Oh
no.
Oh,
we're
at Siri level humor.
Yeah. I can't just apologize to me. That was very offensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So should we wait until Anon gets back from having a pee and then say goodbye?
Oh, she's gone. I just thought she was brimming with rage over Neil Breen.
Oh no, she's got in the private chat. Pee. So.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, no. Siri's not going to have any info on Neil Breen. She'll just ask Google and then be baffled like the rest of us.
What is the mystery of Neil Breen?
He's an elderly psycho man with a cane.
Oh, you're back.
I am.
We summoned you with the Neil Breen.
You didn't stop talking about him the whole time I was gone.
Yeah, we did. We talked about magic rocks and stuff.
Yeah, that's more Breen shit.
He
trademarked it, you know.
Did he?
Yeah, he's going to sue us now.
Well, good luck suing. What name did I say I had before? Bruce McVeigh?
No, Mick
Bruce McVeigh? I can't remember. I can't remember my own name. So.
Mick McVeigh. Oh, God. I mean,
these shows are the hardest.
You know what? We can just hope he's as good a lawyer as he is a director, and then we'll be fine.
Okay, so I died. Sorry.
Did your brain just reboot?
Yeah.
Hate it when that happens.
Yeah, I had to plug it back in.
Error 404. Brain not found.
Yes. Okay. So no recommendation for these movies.
I think this is the most off-topic episode we've ever done.
I know, I keep trying, but there's nothing to say.
There's nothing to say.
Yeah. Yeah, this shit.
Bane wins the victory, even though they both disagree with me.
Well, we disagreed with you last time, too.
Yeah, we did, actually. That's because Grindhouse Nightmares is fucking hilarious.
I'm really going to have to step up my game here. This is going to be a tough one. The next Anon Torturefest is going to be.
I think you've both realized what I hate now, so you have a really good idea of.
So you hate the old schlocky but too long movies. So should we ban that from the next one?
I mean, we could, but why? There's so many bad ones. We could just see who picks the worst one.
Yeah, but we know your weakness now, so that kind of.
No, Neil Breen's my weakness. Either
well,
one.
Yeah, but Neil Breen's already been banned because he gets his own thing. So
yeah, exactly. But see, like
Yeah.
the Room, I don't know how terrible that actually is, but
It's not. It's a bad movie. I mean, I'm not going to
But it's an
deny that.
entertaining. It's an entertaining
it's
bad movie.
hard to say whether
Yeah.
I'd find it entertaining or not, because Neil Breen is apparently this thing on the internet that people find hilarious, and I cannot fucking stand him.
You would appreciate The Room for being hilarious, and it has a coherent plot, as
Okay.
ridiculous as it is. It has a plot that at least has a semblance of like structure.
Something.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's something. Yeah, it's a bad movie. I'm not going to call it anything but that, but it's very entertaining. It's very funny, even though it doesn't mean to be.
Hi, Mom.
And it has a plot, and it has a structure, and it's just.
And also, you know what?
It's become a cult classic to the point where it's kind of moved beyond itself. So
Unlike Neil Breen. Tommy
I think
did
if we're going, I think if we're going to do The Room, we should do The Room and the movie about The Room.
Yeah, the disaster artist. Yeah,
that would be an interesting special, I think. But,
yeah. I can't hate The Room. I actually don't.
No,
hate
I love it. It's incredibly bad, but it's
of course,
good bad movie.
But Tommy
Yeah,
speaks English. He has somewhat of an excuse.
Well, sure, but what Bane just said though, it is a movie that is actually so bad it's good, and it's so very, very bad that it's
It's bad the right way.
It's bad in the right way. It's become a cult classic. I mean, it's just kind of grown on me over the years, like a horrible, horrible fungus, And it doesn't get any better. It just gets more fun and hilarious every time because it's just ridiculous. And Tommy Wiseau is much more of a personality that I think you would appreciate more than Neil Breen.
Oh yeah, I've seen Tommy's Twitter and stuff. He's embraced the meme.
Well, and he knows it's a meme. He gets it. He gets the irony. And that's why he goes to these showings. So when it's shown at theaters in like Las Vegas, he goes there.
He doesn't get it. He really thinks he's a fucking artist. That's what bothers me. The man has a huge ego. And
it does come across that way, doesn't it?
Yes, he thinks. Did you read his website?
Yes, I did. I almost ordered his freaking movie set because he would sign them.
That would be so bad.
If you do order it and you do get him to sign them, get him to sign them to Jeff Hitler.
Okay. So this is okay. I solemnly swear that I will do that if I ever do.
Yeah, you're not allowed. I forbode it.
Oh, pardon me. Oh, I'm dying. Do you? Okay.
Yeah,
well,
unless you don't eat for 3 days and take the grocery money that you waste on that and not eat, then fair enough.
What if I go on my own 80s montage and win all of the medals? Just to take it to the limit or something like that, like Fueled on Coke and Scarface.
Oh no! Because I am the tigers, the thrill of the fight.
So wouldn't it be party time?
Yeah. Yes, everybody get together. It's party time, and it's time to order these.
Time to stop.
It's not.
You're not allowed to get.
It's time.
You are only allowed to buy them bootleg.
It's time to start ordering on his website.
Not allowed to give money. You can only order them bootleg.
Oh, can we link the website, his website in the show? Oh.
Anybody that wants to find it just has to Google Neil Breen and it'll come up. But yeah, it is the ego that makes me really, really not like him. He has tiny penis syndrome and it shows.
I mean, Tommy Wiseau has a really big ego too.
Yeah, but he's embraced the meme.
Yeah, that's true. He knows he's not very good at it.
He goes, Oh, hi, Mark.
Well, I just watched. We need to watch The Disaster Artist. That'll be a good time.
So should we put us and the audience out of the misery that is this fucking show?
I think
So,
we should. Yeah.
I think we should have done that about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, until they torment me next time with more of this shit. Actually, no, the next few episodes are good episodes, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So join us in 2 weeks where we actually talk about something good.
And actually talk about something and have a legitimate conversation about something.
Yeah.
As opposed to this hot mess.
I'll do my best not to hate on Neil Breen.
You'll do your best not to hit on Neil Breen?
Hello?
Sorry, you roboted there really bad. So it sounded like you said you would really try really hard not to hit on Neil Breen.
8.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.